T-Mac basically hit me up. He was like, always had this like scruffy ass voice. He was like, hey, little nigga, hey, you want to go to this, this little party? Got some bitches. I was like, oof, I don't know, man. You don't make that shit sound too enticing at all. Come on, homie. You know what I'm saying? Come through. Pick me up. I was like, there we go. It was a good old classic. I do something for you, you pick me up. Bullshit. So, I go with the flow. I'm like, what the fuck else I gotta do? Because seriously, at that time in my life, I had no job. I barely was struggling having a car. I didn't have a lot of the luxuries that a lot of people had at my age at that time. Granted, I'm late 20s. I should be fucking, having a whole lot more than what I had at that time. I come through to his house. I come scoop him up. He's like, comes out the house. He's dressed all in black. I'm like, brother, what are we doing? Are we going to a funeral or are we going to a club? He was like, hey, homie, don't worry about how I dress. And I was like, whew, all right, I will not. But realize that as I'm sitting there talking that shit to him, I'm kind of dressed in majority black myself. So I don't know where the fuck I was going with that conversation. So we walk in the building, and my homie, he sees this group of girls, and majority of them are white. And he rolls up to him and he goes, hey, what's up with y'all bitches? Oh man, I damn near fell out because I was expecting these girls to be like, who you calling a bitch? I just expect that, I mean? I don't know, that's just me. He ends up saying, what's up with y'all bitches? And then I'm like, oh, here it comes. And they just looked at him and were like, hey, what's up, T-Mac? I'm like, what? These fucking girls know this, man? Oh, hell. So they're like, you guys want a shot? You guys want a shot? So all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm getting shot. And as we're sitting at the table, my homie T-Mac, he ends up leaving and going with another partner that he knew that came walking in the club. And so he leaves. I'm sitting here. And this is when the story kind of goes from happy-go-lucky to what? I'm chilling, waiting on my homie to come back. At the same time, I'm scoping the scene. I see this girl. She's off in the corner. She says, hey, you want a shot? I said, sure. What is it? She says, it's tequila. I said, cool. She hands me a drink. I did not see her pour it, but she just hands me a drink. I shoot that motherfucker right back to the neck. Soon as I take that, I realized that what I took was not alcohol. Something else was in that drink. What? I don't know. But as soon as I took it, my brain started spinning. I'm like, the thought of that girl was completely out of my brain at that point. I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you exactly, what she looks like ever again in my life. I just know that she was a girl that was in the corner, said, hey, you want a drink? I said, yeah. That's it. My head is spinning. I'm getting, flashes in my brain. Almost like when a camera is flash, the big flash in your face, and it's just all you see is like bright lights, and you're just seeing flashings of shit, right? Well, imagine that, but it's not flashes. It's just pitch black. Because all I can do is close my eyes, and every time I open them, I'm in a different setting. It is the absolute most scariest shit ever, because I am leaving the club. I'm now walking out of the club. I'm like, why am I leaving the club? What am I doing? I came with the homie. As soon as I get out the front door, for whatever reason, I stood there and I closed my eyes again. This time when I open my eyes, I'm behind my wheel and I'm driving my fucking car. I don't know why I'm driving. There's no reason for me to be driving. I'm supposed to be enjoying myself at a club. But for whatever reason, now I'm driving my car. All of a sudden, I close my eyes again. I open them. I see sparks flying out the side. Front driver's side tire is sparking. It's just like on fucking fire. It just seems like it's sparking everywhere, going crazy. I see this spark and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do, but yet I'm still driving. Am I driving? And grab my phone. I start calling this girl that I was talking to at the time. I called her, and this is the fucking worst part of it, is we were like at a crossroads in our relationship at that point. And, you know, anything could have triggered either one of us to kind of say like, you know, this ain't working. Well, this was that moment where that happened. And I called her 32 times and left her 32 drunken voicemails saying how much I care about her and I appreciate the way she smells. Completely out of pocket. Completely out of pocket. I end up closing my eyes again. I open my eyes. This time, it's daylight. I get up from where I'm at in the driver's side of my car. I am wondering where the fuck I'm at. I go for my phone. My phone has got 0%. That thing is dead. I am trying to now look for a charger. I can't find one. I still have yet to figure out where the fuck I'm at. I get up. I look outside my window and I realize that I am in a parking lot of a Publix outside of Tampa. Mind you, this whole entire event took place downtown Tampa. Somehow I'm outside of Tampa. I'm like, okay, let's get out the car. Let's figure out what the fuck's going on. I get out the car. I look and I see that I have got a trail that is following me on the pavement because I have no tire on my car on the front driver's side. My tire is completely gone. There's no tire, there's no rim, there's nothing. It's just me, the axle, and my car. That's it. I have 3 wheels. I don't know how in the fuck I made it to where I was at. I don't know how in the fuck I did not get pulled over. Where were the police at? I should have been arrested. I should not have been driving. Poor decisions. But I'm here to tell you that whatever was in that completely took me out. And I never can get that out of my brain. And I still, to this day, and it's been about 10 years, 10, 12 years, you know what I'm saying, since that has happened. And for me, I still close my eyes and still sometimes catch new visions of what the fuck happened that night out of nowhere. I can't remember shit. Like, I can't remember, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can't even remember my own kids' birthdays. And I just like, oh shit, that's coming up? Oh damn. But somehow, some way, I will have, like, these vivid memories of me and that night. Like, what the fuck? So here recently, I just remember driving on a corner, and that's how the tire popped. The tire, I guess, it was on... It lost a bolt. Somehow, some way, I ended up making my tire lose a bolt. And I think I remember watching the bolt fly off and laughing about it. And then, as my bolt is flying off, my tire starts wobbling. And I can, you know, kind of remember the steering wheel shaking back and forth. But I'm going in and out of, like, consciousness, really. Because I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Like, I swear, I do not know where I was going, and then, so like I said the other day, like I was sitting there closing my eyes, and like I just got a vivid memory of me driving down this street of where one of these girls I was talking to at the time, she lived, and I was like, maybe I can pump my tire up at her house, but yet kept driving when I went by her. It was just so fucking so bizarre. Anyhow, moral of the story is, don't do drugs, kids.